speaking, Rexy. What bestie? Blue Jersey, I'm not Chelsea. Don't ask now, wow, no testing. Don't call me, don't vex me. Hello, Diamond, no person. Make person, no Chelsea. Malinera, non-person.
Welcome to this much anticipated episode of our podcast. I know a lot of Arsenal fans, they want to gloat. And I understand.
Wow!
What's this? What is this? I understand.
To be alive.
And I understand the gods of football are really against me this year and this season. I'm suffering. I almost
continue to suffer. See, by me, let's just say this. By me, yeah, if your suffering hasn't started. Oh, anyway, let's go.
I almost got in sick. Anyways, we have a very packed episode today. We have a quick review of Arsenal's game, obviously, and a quick review of Manchester City's comeback, and review of other EPL games. Then we really need to talk about Juventus' situation, because those guys, I don't know what's going on with them. Then briefly talk about Lampard's sack. And our major topic today is about Liverpool and why they decided to walk alone this season. We have somebody as a guest that's coming in.
They are walking so far away.
That's coming
everything.
In. Yeah. The person is coming in to come and explain to us why Liverpool is playing this way this season. And to end it, we'll have the worst team of the week. So I'll just leave the floor for Arsenal fans to enjoy for the next 5 minutes. Enjoy. Talk alone. Say whatever I want to say.
Wait. First of all, I remember your prediction. You said United would. Let's start from there, and then before we dive into the game, you said United would win, if I remember correctly, 3-1, right? And you were so confident, as just like a typical United fan, so loud and so wrong. It's always so loud, so wrong. Anyway, you guys came to the Emirates, and you thought that you could. You thought, nah, man. Listen, this season, is coming. I can now confidently say it's coming to the Emirates. It's coming to the Emirates.
So finally, you accept that you guys are the super team, that nobody can beat you guys. You guys are the best team in the land.
No, we're good. Like we're good. Like, in fact, when you're good, you're good. When you're big. And right now, it's clear that nobody can stop us. So,
are you done?
No, I'm not done. I'm just starting.
Okay.
So, this is what I say. You guys came. We totally outplayed you. You scored two the Rashford goal. It was good, but that's the only thing you had to show for in the game. Listen, I don't know. My Ramsey was feeling generous. He gave you a second goal, but the entire game. We bullied, we bought you guys. The game was played in your half. You had an XG of 0.27. Like, what are you? Are you Burnley? Come on. In fact, Burnley is actually playing good football now, that company. So, who are you? Oxford United?
It's not your fault.
So terrible.
It's not your fault.
You'll be claiming that your team is going through revolution or whatever. Like, it's so disappointing. Is this the great Manchester United everyone should be looking up to or forward to? Yeah, you say Casemiro didn't play. As if he was playing, it could have been worse if you ask me, because you'd have lost with him and you don't have any excuse now. So yeah, I just want you to admit, Fiona, that I want you to say it, that Arsenal is a much better team than Manchester United is. Can you say it, please?
So is it the first time that Arsenal will play this way and United beating Arsenal?
Sheon, that's not the question I asked.
No, don't be asking that kind of question, because this
I need you to.
Shabi, you ask me a question. Let me talk. Are you not done?
I'm not done yet, but you can talk.
Okay. So this is not the first time this is happening. The last time somebody scored a last-minute header between a game, Arsenal and United, in a game between Arsenal and United, was Henry. And this was 2007. I remember vividly where I was. I was so angry. The same feeling I had then, the same feeling I had on Sunday. On what day did they play? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Your defense is in trouble.
I can't remember anything again because everything is just blurry. So
your
you see,
defense is in trouble.
So, anyways, my own honest opinion, my biased honest opinion is that you see how I'm not saying, oh, we did not play Casemiro, or how we lost the game since Crystal Palace because we lost Casemiro to that game, or how we don't have a striker, or how we're supposed to get 2 penalties without bringing up video evidence. You see how I'm quiet? I'm accepting that you guys won fair and square. I just wish that moving forward from past and future, the Arsenal fans will accept that they were defeated by a team.
If a team beats us, I'm sure every Arsenal fan will admit, because I think we're one of the most critical fan bases out there. Like, we are always asking for our coach's head when the team doesn't play well. But when we are dubiously, like, when we lose and the referees do play a huge part in our loss, I mean, you can't blame us for like lamenting. The game against United, for example, I mean, the referees board came out after the fact and admitted that the goal that we scored, just a light tap on Eriksen by Odegaard, they called a foul. That was very dubious, and that destabilized our game plan. Well, that's fine. You came to the Emirates, and we battered you guys.
No problem. Everybody held their homes, right? You hold your Emirates. We had our Old Trafford.
Dubiously.
So
you held Old Trafford.
3-1, 3-1, and 3-2. That's what. Do the simple math.
Are you trying to do
the simple math?
What's our goal?
That's
your
5-4.
Your goal difference is like
5-4.
7 or 9.
No. This is head to head. It's not about goal difference.
Guy, at the end of the season, wait.
Forget about the table. Okay,
at the end of the season, head to head, given the gap between us, we can't talk about head to head. Your team is nowhere near my team, so let's go head to head, please.
The conversation is not about how far Arsenal is on the table. We know Arsenal is going to win the league.
Okay.
United is only trying to not relegate. We said it from the beginning of the season.
Okay, but I asked you a question and you deflected. I asked you a question. I don't think I forgot. I forgot. I asked you, is Arsenal a better team than United is?
United just has 1 more point to get 40 to assure that we will not relegate.
That's not the answer. That's not an answer to the question.
Anyways, let's move on.
No.
You've won. There's nothing to talk about. Move on, please. There's no time.
Your tears. So nice. Okay. So it was a good day for all Arsenal fans, I'm sure. And I know everyone enjoyed it, especially. One thing I will say is this, though. Like, it would have been very disappointing if we had drawn that game, because we outplayed you guys. And I was texting texting a couple of my friends, and we were like, this would be a very disappointing result. So I'm glad the boys took the game. But
this is not the first time Arsenal will play this way, in this manner, and United will win. That's always been like that since 2008. So I don't know why you keep saying disappointing. Wait.
And in all those instances, they were also disappointing games for us. Yeah.
The reason why this game ended this way was because United lacked a player with arrogance. If you had a player that had the arrogance of saying, "This is Arsenal. Let's take these are mices," as Evra will say. Oh no, Drogba say the mices. If we just needed somebody with that arrogance to take the game and say, "This is Arsenal. I'm going to score against you guys," and there's nothing you guys to do about it. Because even as well as you guys played, as well as you guys played, we still scored 2 goals. Like, do you know how crazy that is? That's how wild it is. Like, you guys have played us, but
that's how fortunate you guys are.
But we still scored 2 goals. Like, do you know how crazy that is? That is wild.
That's how fortunate you guys are. In what world does Martinez score that? Like, that's how fortunate you are. I don't understand it, but that's fine. The luck came to nothing. It didn't amount to anything.
I'm going to say one thing now. Write it down. Note it. You guys are not beating us again after this game. I'm telling you, I just note it down. You're not beating us again. Just note it down. Let's move on. Next topic, please.
Next topic. All right. So let's quickly Man City's comeback against that's it. Tottenham is a very disappointing club. I don't even know where to start from. You and I were texting over the course of that game, and they were 2-0 up at halftime,
Yeah.
and
I was running mad. I was like, God, why? What is happening? What is happening? Like it's the same way you guys, you predicted that Arsenal would score four goals against us. I was like, oh, it's not possible. By the third goal, I was already saying, God, why? Please, no, God, I beg, please help me, I beg. The same way I was against City. Like I was like, what is City playing? Why are they behaving this way?
And then they sat up. You know that meme where like someone gave me like one weird position, and then the guy just sits up, and then they changed it for Tottenham, man. Like Mahrez literally took the game by the scruff of the neck. Like the guy said, "Today you will fall."
It's not you.
Yeah, honestly.
No, they really tried. They tried. That second half was if they play that way till the end of the season, then there's problem for Arsenal, because generally this is what happens.
My God.
Wait. Generally, this is what happens in January. Remember when Liverpool was like Liverpool was like 11 points ahead of them.
11 points, yeah.
And they went neck to neck. It was in January that fortunes changed.
Yeah, of course.
So they are used to that life. And one of my friends, Tunde, he said that he feels that this will be like something that prepared them to go on a run. I feel that it is possible, but I still want to see how they will play in their next game to say, okay, maybe they are ready, because I don't know what's wrong with City this season.
So here's my question to you. So do you think that City will beat Arsenal at home and away this season? No, bias aside, like from what you've seen, do you think that City will beat Arsenal at home and away this season?
No.
Okay, I just needed to say that.
Wait now. So if you've been following what I've been saying so far, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what is wrong with City this season, and I also feel like everybody's conniving to make Arsenal win the league.
Wow. Look at Nigeria. So for them, it's just corruption. How can you say that people are connected? Like, Arsenal is the most hated club in England because everyone says that our fans, are always clinging on what's it called, invincibles. So how can people even the referees are making calls against Arsenal? So how can teams then be connected? What would Pep gain? What would Tottenham gain? What would United? I mean, we beat you guys. What would you gain by letting us win?
No. See, United's case is different because we're the only ones that beat you in this season. So we've done our part. Other teams are not.
Why did you do it twice?
Their weight.
Why did you do it twice? If you could.
There's no excuse. We lost the game. We don't give excuses when we lose games. We don't. Okay. We only look inwards and say, okay, these are the places we're lacking. And that game against Crystal Palace, I understand I've been praising Ten Hag, but I have my reservations against his team management and in-game management, because there was a point where he could have removed Casemiro. And you could, everybody could see the yellow card coming. Remove this guy and bring in Fred. He brought in Fred when Casemiro got yellow cards.
Hold on. Ask you a question. I'm always asking. So are you honestly saying that if Casemiro had played, you would not have lost that game? Is that what you're honestly saying?
No. So here's the thing. That yellow card kind of dampened and made Ed's job against Crystal Palace, because if we didn't get that yellow card, the game will still be up and we won't have drawn that Crystal Palace game. Honestly,
I'm not talking about Crystal Palace. I'm coming.
I'm building up to something.
Okay, good.
I'm actually angry that we drew that game than losing to Arsenal, even though I always want to win or draw against Arsenal, no matter how bad it is. But I'm more concerned about how we played against Crystal Palace. Number one, we didn't play well. Number two, we were leading. We had chances to score. We didn't score. Number three, we got needless yellow cards because of somebody's mistake, Bruno's mistake. And our best player so far this season that is supposed to be like, okay, give us a chance against Arsenal, got yellow card. Then we now considered last minute towards the end when we couldn't now mount another attack to score. So that really, really dampened, like, just really, really killed me. Then coming to the Arsenal's game, there were so many things that I don't want to talk about right now, but I just feel that moving forward, I want Ten Hag to have learned his mistakes, because he learned his mistakes first leg against City by rectifying second leg. I applauded him for that. But this Arsenal game, in fact, Crystal Palace game and Arsenal's game was just. And unfortunately for us, we have about, I think, 3 games in a week or so for the next, maybe like next 2 months.
I think month and a half, 2 months. Yeah.
So we have a lot of games that's going to build up. So yeah, this is just going to be like squeaky bum time.
Weghorst, I mean, your Dutch striker, is it Weghorst, right? The guy will break records. Don't worry, he'll score a lot of goals.
I see you have jokes.
You got the striker. So you have a striker. Don't worry, he'll score goals. He'll score goals. All right, let's quickly go over the weekend. You and I made predictions and we were off the mark. But I guess the first game you just touched on, United Palace, was a draw. We both called United wins. City Spurs, we both called wins for City. You said 4-0. I said 4-0. You said 2-0. I was right in terms of what City will score. But 4-2. Then there was Liverpool Chelsea. Oh my God.
Just skip down.
Yeah. Bournemouth. I like Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. That was 1-1. I called it draw. You called it win for Bournemouth. So I'll take that as a win for me. Leicester Brighton is looking really good. Anyway, 2-2 again. Mitoma scored. Southampton Aston Villa won. I was wrong on that. You were right, although you were right on the winner, but not the scoreline. You said 2-1 to Villa. It was 1-0. So should I give you for calling the winner?
Yes. Now, see.
Why
wait.
would I do that?
Why? I'm not really good with predicting scoreline. No, serious, because football is it's difficult to, like, you know.
So are you saying that you won't win? You don't play Baba Ejebu?
I don't play Baba Ejebu. I don't bet. I don't do all those things. But I can tell you that this person's gonna win. This person's gonna lose. I can tell you that.
I actually have no idea how those things work. There's all that I hear people say. 4 short odds. I'll be short odds.
I don't know.
Anyway,
how this is work.
Yeah. But okay, so let's get back to it. West Ham Everton. West Ham 2-0. Palace. Yeah, and obviously David Moyes got the sack, which we will. David Moyes, what? Moyes got the win over Frank Lampard, because both of them were in very, like, they're at the bottom of the league. So that was a big game for both coaches, and Moyes came out on top.
What did we predict for that?
Oh, you said 2-2.
Oh, yeah.
I said 1-1, and it was 2-0 to West Ham. Well, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame us. I mean, it's bottom of the league.
Both teams are just playing trash.
Yeah. Palace, Newcastle. We both said 2-1 to Newcastle.
Yeah.
And it was 0-0. So that was surprising. We also said Leeds, Brentford. You said 2-1 to Brentford. I said 3-2 to Brentford. 0-0.
0-0. For these teams.
City Wolves. You said 3-1 to City. I said 2-0 to City. Again, that Norwegian guy scored all 3 goals. Yeah, no, that's just a cheat code. Like, it's not, and he doesn't do. I mean, I guess that's his job to score, but, like, he doesn't do anything in the game, and then
don't be saying that. Don't be saying that.
Please,
don't be part of it. But I say it's the reason why City's not playing well this season.
No. I don't think that. I'm not saying that he does. He's part of the reason City's not playing well. No, But I'm just saying he himself, he doesn't touch the ball, man. I think it's not fair. I mean, obviously, it's not fair to other players, I guess, that like someone who touched the ball 9 times and three of the 9 times will be goals.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
Wait, so are you so this is where we define football philosophy, right?
Yeah.
I personally do not buy the idea of making strikers have too many touches on the ball when it's needless. I need you to stress out the defenders. I need you to stretch the game. I need you to hold up play. I need you to stay in the box sitting and shoot that ball inside that, that square, that box, that whatever, that post, that white thing, and beat the keeper. So if you are touching the ball so many times, you're still tired to want to shoot. So I personally, I love the ways Alan is playing.
That's not entirely true. If you touch it, no matter times you touch the ball, doesn't really, like, you won't get tired, because people like Messi, as we've seen, they can touch the ball 100 times and they will still give you goals. So it has nothing to do.
But Messi's position is different. Messi's a midfielder. He's not a striker. Kane too. There's some games where Kane will touch the ball very minimally and still score. But you don't hear people say, "Oh, Kane touched the ball 3 times and he scored 2 goals."
I'll still complain and say that it's not. I mean, obviously the game has changed. Obviously, like, so shout out to them for doing what they're supposed to do, score goals. But I just think it's ridiculous that somebody will be on the pitch for an hour and a half and touch the ball 10 times. Like, that is ridiculous, if you ask me.
It's not new.
Still score, the number of goals this guy is scoring. But
I'm sure you grew up watching Filippo Inzaghi.
No, the point is, anyway, I just think that it's ridiculous. Like, and anyway, we'll touch on him eventually.
They pay you, I mean.
No, I think okay. My strikers are performing, so like,
okay.
It kept us in the room.
Okay.
And then obviously United Arsenal, you were, again, I'll say it, loud and wrong, just like as women on Twitter will say, Nigerian men, so loud and so wrong.
What happened?
So you said 3-1 to United, which was obviously false. Arsenal 4-2, I said. It ended at 3-2. And I like you said that you were praying. Thank God for that, Sha. That it was just 3-2. Otherwise, you would have been calling me Prophet from now on. Like, you changed my name on your phone to Prophet. And then the last game, Fulham Tottenham, which was another terrible game. You said 3-2 to Fulham. I said 2-1 to Tottenham. It ended 1-0 to Tottenham.
Yeah,
so those were the games for this weekend. There will be no games this coming week because of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And so we will take this time now to talk about something that's happened across Europe with very severe implications, not just to the team, but also just European football. And we're talking, of course, about Juventus and the scandal now resulted in the deduction of 15 points. So, Sean, what do you have to say about that?
So, I don't understand what is going on in that Syria and Juventus, because this is the second time it's happening, and they were lucky that they were not relegated, because that 15 points, I mean, it's not bad, but in grand scheme of things, it means they have a lot of work to do to qualify for any of the European competitions, and they have a lot of players injured. So imagine someone like Pogba that has never played the game and is starting from ground zero. It's just ridiculous. Honestly.
Why didn't Juju help them?
Why did what?
Why didn't Juju help them? Okay, go on.
Juju that did not help United.
United of France.
United of France.
No, go on.
So honestly, I don't know what's going on. And it's not as if they will not commit that offense again. It seems that they repeat offenders because they love it.
No, apparently. So what I saw that apparently, like, so they said that their players were going to not take full salary, but then Chiellini, in fact, as part of his testimony, the guy admitted that they were still going to be getting paid their full salary, And I think he even had to turn in like his WhatsApp transcript to like the judge. It's a very silly story that the players knew they were getting paid, even though they had publicly admitted that they were not going to be paid, because I guess Juve is a publicly owned
Entity.
yeah. So obviously that's problematic. And I also read that apparently there are implications for not just their current players, but even players like they could be banned for some time. So players that they've sent out but were active during that period. So
Ah.
like Dybala, Kulusevski, Bentancur. So yeah, Demiral. Yeah. So I saw there are some Spurs fans that I see on Twitter, and they are
They're
complaining.
ranting.
Yeah, that it's not fair. How can they want to do this to us?
Wait, is it UEFA that is punishing them or
No, I think
Syria?
it's Syria A. Syria A.
So it doesn't affect those boys that are left now. Or does it
Well,
cut across? I know sometimes they kind of do that thing where if you offend in one league, if you need
can
relief, you
cut
can
across.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why they're concerned. It's not guaranteed, but yeah, it's a shame, that Juve is where it is now, because they have such an illustrious history. But we will see. We will
Oh,
see.
okay. That's wild.
And then now, I guess let's talk about. So, I find this story very funny. Frank Lampard, he's an interesting character. Obviously, when he was playing with Chelsea, a fantastic football player. With England too, he was part of the golden generation with Steven Gerrard. So many expectations. Obviously, didn't live up to those. But overall, one can describe Frank Lampard as the legend of the game, right? And obviously started by Pep, or at least in this modern era, this desire for ex players to want to become managers is really causing problems for teams. Now, obviously, Everton's like issues are much deeper than Lampard, but let's start off from Lampard, the man himself, right? Like the it is clear that this guy does not know anything about coaching. I'm sorry. Like when he was at Chelsea, yeah, the guy was not like he was not good. He was terrible. There was no structure. There were no apparent tactics of there was not it wasn't clear what it was he was trying to accomplish on the pitch. He got let off. I mean, even though it took a long time for Chelsea to let him go, they eventually did. And then he got a job with Everton, and he bought a lot of players, or the team got a lot of players, which is testament to a much bigger problem at Everton, and I'll touch on that because their Wahala is too much, and they're going through a lot. So, but they've gotten since their new owner Fahad Mashari came into the league, he has spent over 700 million pounds on 50 players. That's a ridiculous, like that is ridiculous one. And then he has also sacked about 5 or 6 coaches. So it's clear that like Lampard is not the issue. Like there's something. It's kind of like a team like which team is also has sacked a lot of coaches. Like Wolves, for example.
Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, they have a revolving door, and it's it seems like they've gotten to a ceiling and they just can't pass it, and so they keep trying different things. And I mean, they had Martinez, Everton, they had Martinez, Koeman, Allardyce, Bielsa, Benitez, Silva, and Lampard. And like, so there's a huge problem at the club there now. And then let's talk about like Lampard and his tactics. Like he has tried, he has tried everything. He played Iwobi left back, center, midfield, like and then it hasn't helped that Calvert Lewin has been injured as well. But even when he came back, I mean, he played Rondon at some point. Even when he came back, it didn't seem like they had any clear plan. They would play Anthony Gordon, give him like a free room, and then Demari Gray to give him like a free range, like to play wherever he wants. And it's like, what are you trying to accomplish, Frank? What do you have to say about that?
So I think I'm going to side a little with Lampard.
What?
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
is this because you just want to be an up or
No,
like?
no, 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 no. I want to be reasonable. I don't want to be mean like you.
I'm
I
not mean.
think,
I'm
I
just
think,
stating facts.
yeah, I think Chelsea's problem wasn't entirely him. So I won't really talk much about his time at Chelsea. I'll talk more about his time at Everton. So remember what I said about structure. Remember what I said about having proper wages, proper recruiting process, having a technical director, having a sporting director, having a manager, having coaches, having a good owner. All these things all come together to making a great club or manageable club. Apparently, a lot of people didn't know who the real owner of Everton is. So that kind of tells you what is happening there. They are just all over the place. So the club is not stable itself to
Absolutely.
begin with. So all that now comes together for Lampard. It becomes headache. And now, also, a manager that's about to be sacked will want to try everything possible. At the beginning, they were playing well. Iwobi was having a good time. Iwobi was deemed to be a man changed the way Jesus was before he got injured. So Iwobi was playing really well. So it's not like Iwobi wasn't doing well.
No, of course.
He was playing that number 10 really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Gray was really killing it on the left. I don't know why he moved it to the right. But so all those things, it kind of, and when you have an inexperienced manager like Lampard in a club that is all over the place, then you have these results. Remember, they weren't like this under Moyes because Moyes provided stability. So the moment the moment Moyes left, I knew personally that this is the end of Everton as we know it because Moyes had stayed there for a very long
For a
time.
while, yeah.
Yes, and he had put in a lot of structure in place. Like he knows what to do to make them be whatever. Like he knows when they are struggling, he knows how to bring them back up. Unfortunately for them, they don't have that anymore. So it's a very long goal for them. I'll be surprised if they don't relegate this season. I'll be really surprised.
So there are reports linking them to a couple
Bielsa.
of top managers. I saw that he is not excited about the project. He's not interested. So, but there are some other good. I mean, they can always go back to Big Sam anyway.
Yeah.
and I've actually seen some links to between Big Sam and Everton. But I'm also seeing Nuno, Espirito Santo. Ralph Hasenhuttl, former Southampton guy, and Sean Dyche, former Burnley. So, I mean, there are some managers that they can pick up, but the road is very long for them because, they're in a they are deep in the relegation battle, and this ownership slash management issue, they need to fix it fast. If not, they'll be relegated before me, actually.
Yeah, they would.
Because they're not playing well, they're not scoring goals, and they're conceding. So it's like, just problems all around.
Yeah, that's why you need unique structure. Honestly, I wish I can run a super club. You just need that unique structure.
Apply for Joba United now.
United is all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I said that, actually, because like you just admitted, it's all over the place. There's no structure. They need somebody like you.
Okay, no problem. Don't worry. I'll bring you in as my PA.
No, I don't associate with structureless teams. Sorry.
Okay. For this segment of this podcast, we have a special guest that's working alone this season. His clothes is very, very dusty. You see his feet full of mud. We have Samuel. Welcome, Samuel, a Liverpool fan. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this episode.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'll dust my shoe real quick while I step in.
It's long and lonely out there, man.
Long, lonely, and chilly.
Chilly, honestly. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I guess so you're a Liverpool fan. Welcome to the show. Obviously,
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome to the Bias Football Take Show. You're a Liverpool fan, so I guess the first question is, um, what attracted you to Liverpool, or how long have you been a Liverpool fan, and what about Liverpool attracted you to the team?
Great question. To be honest, I've been a Liverpool fan. I think believe when I was 10 or younger. Actually, I was younger than that. So long story short, that's how my cousin put soccer on the TV or football, how we call it back then in Nigeria.
It's still football.
It's football. So
Yes.
we're watching
Don't let Sean hear you say
we're watching
soccer.
football, and that's how this team. And that back then, my favorite color was like red, and that's how I saw this guy, Michael Owen, popping nets. Anyhow, I was like, yo, who is this guy? Fell in love with Michael Owen. Then that's how my love for Liverpool kind of started at a young age. And since then, Owen left. He went to Steven Gerrard, and after Gerrard was there for a long time, I just pretty much fell in love with the entire team. And from there, I've been bleeding red, red all day till I die.
So imagine Owen that is a United legend now. Is who
I don't
to
think you
Liverpool.
call him a legend, though.
He won EPL with United, but he didn't win EPL with Liverpool. So there's that. He had to leave.
Legend. There are lots of people that watch EPL and aren't legends, but I'll allow you with that.
He had to leave poverty football to the bright side. Anyway, so my question now: see all this talk of introduction of how do you start watching Liverpool? I don't have time for that. Please.
No, we need to get no. You have to understand. You have to contextualize the suffering. So
Okay.
Let's start from
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning.
You guys came here to humiliate me, Abby.
No, we have to because you didn't let us rest for the past 2.5 years. So let's let it marinate. So I know I'll leave the present for you, but let's really get back to So when you were 10 and you fell in love with Michael, and then obviously you guys have had some fantastic forwards over the years. You had Fernando Torres, you had obviously Luis Suarez, but how did it feel seeing these fantastic players, score so many goals and not win the league? How did it feel? And then at the same time, obviously Arsenal and United were dominating. How did it feel?
Well, I guess Chelsea as well. I would call Arsenal.
Put them in there. No, you have to put Arsenal.
I would call Arsenal. This is just your year, but I wouldn't call Arsenal. But to answer your question, I won't lie, man. It was really tough because another thing that made it tough was that growing up, you rarely saw any Liverpool fans.
Yeah, true.
So the suffering was
alone.
It was alone. So that work alone, I was actually grinding it on my own. But
Johnny Walker.
I was actually grinding on my own. But like Torres coming in, amazing. I thought this was our year, like best thing ever. Unfortunately, injuries. He was plagued with injuries. We didn't see the true Torres. I don't think we got the full potential of Torres for a long period of time. Then for Luis Suarez, he was an amazing player. I think he just came at Steven Gerrard's decline. Right? Then the defense just wasn't working out. Because if you remember that year, like with Bernard Rodgers, where we were close with Man City and we could have won the league. Bro, that guy was fantastic. He had I believe he had 31 goals.
Yeah, no, he was banking goals and ridiculous goals too.
Ridiculous goals. And keep in mind, this guy missed the first 7 games, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So what he was doing then was ridiculous. Like his combination with Daniel Sturridge,
yep, and
Coutinho
Coutinho, yeah.
Like the team was exciting.
Yeah,
but
I have to give it, yeah.
Unfortunately, the slip happened.
It really did. I was going to say that slip. How did you feel? Like you see a train wreck happening. What went through your head?
It's crazy because I was watching the game and I was just like, "What the actual hell?" And the crazy part was that it was Steven Gerrard, so I couldn't enter him the way I wanted to enter him because he's a legend.
Yeah.
Regardless, he's a legend. But I was just like, what the actual hell, man? This could have,
This
let's
was
say,
it.
anybody else. It would
Yeah.
have made more sense. But why you? You know how much you want this.
And then I think after that Chelsea game, then you had to just beat Palace, and I think you drew that game 3-3, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that
'cause-
game.
and you were leading that, you were winning that game.
We were literally winning that game 3-0.
Yeah.
Then this goat called, what's his name again? Is it what's his name? He played for Newcastle as well.
Uh,
He
Which
came
of them?
in. He's no longer in Newcastle at the moment, but I can't remember. He had this weird name. He's just super sub for Crystal Palace at the time. He would come in and just pop. Can't remember. He had like
Dwight Gill, Dwight Gill.
Dwight Gill. Thank
Dwight
you
Oh,
very
Gill,
much. The guy would just come in and pop. This guy, and
Yeah.
that's literally what he did. He
Yes,
came in,
that was yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
he popped the first goal. I was like, okay, still 3-1. Popped the second one, like blood of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Third one entered. I was like, go. And I remember I was just like, yo, what the actual hell? I was in college. I was like,
Yeah.
what the actual hell? And
So I just
actually, at that point, I didn't think it was going to happen in my lifetime.
but so the thing is, I have to do two things to say. First things first.
Mhm.
Torres' record or his stats showed that most of his goals, EPL goals, were scored in Anfield. So it wasn't as if he was popping Anfield. He was really good at Anfield, but outside Anfield,
Outside of Anfield,
he was struggling. And number two, you guys just didn't have the championship material, or you guys were not it. Because how would that slip derail your whole season? When you have, it wasn't as if it was the last game of the season that, okay,
Yeah.
that's the final game.
But
You have
it
other
was
games to play.
it was about 4 or 5 games to the end of the season.
Exactly. So stay focused. It happens.
No, but I didn't like you're saying stay
He felt
focused,
the pressure and he couldn't cope, man.
Yeah,
It's
just
so-
you guys were not championship material. That's why that derailed your season.
I would say it's easier said than done, right? Because I'm sure when you and Man U and Man City were going head to head to the final game, most likely you guys were ahead at some point,
11 points.
and you lost focus, Abi.
We didn't lose focus.
So what happened?
We were just not good enough. And when scoring enough goals, so we lost on goals difference.
Yours is even actually worse then. 11 points ahead, and you lost some goal difference as well.
But so the thing is, you want to compare losing the championship to City the way we did, and you guys losing to, was it City too? Was
It was
City or
City
Chelsea?
now.
City.
City,
So,
It's still the same City, so
but you
I didn't,
guys,
like so I'll say this. At the time, what happened was, I'm sure the pressure got to them. The fact that Gerrard saw it's like, because if you watch the games, Gerrard was always hyping the team like, one step closer, just keep pushing, and I think it got to them. And the slip was just a freak nature. It was unexpected, and that goal, playing against a Chelsea Mourinho,
Mourinho,
nothing
man.
else we could have done, because it was
Master foiler.
they just packed the bus. Keep in mind, they scored another goal after that.
yes,
Yeah.
now.
Full attack, and there was really nothing we could do.
Mm.
So it wasn't just meant to be. Unfortunately, I would just take it like that.
Okay,
let's-
and then before you enter, I know Sheo is eager. He's really eager.
Don't worry, I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
No, and then you went and you got Klopp. He had been successful with Dortmund, taking them to the Champions League final, I believe, twice, and had won the Bundesliga when Bayern Munich was, obviously they're still
Dominant.
powerful, right? So you got Klopp, and the success was not immediate, right? Like you had to go through this team building process, but he promised you guys metallic football, heavy metal football, right? And it seems like you got that and you enjoyed it, right? What do you have to say about the club era? Before Sheon, I'll now step aside for Sheon too.
So
Go
I
ahead
would
for
say
this
this:
season.
the club era has been great. Like he did bring joy. He brought back joy to the club. He took the club back to where they're meant to be, and for that, I'm grateful.
What do you mean by where
And
they're meant to be?
yes, now top now.
Don't say
Wait,
anything. No. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I'm not going to allow you guys to disrespect the fact that Liverpool is a top club,
Okay.
right? Anyways, Klopp came, did his thing. He claimed to be the number one, but we knew he had great potential in him. And from the first season, or like actually half the season, you could see his impact. He took us to the Europa League final. We could have won that, but Albert Moreno was just a pipe, to say the least. And Villarreal came back on us and beat us 3-1. And since then, we've always been progressing. So, and keep in mind, he did this with little money to support his project. He did. He's not the coach that had this backing of like any of these Saudi guys to back him up and give him millions. Every spending he did was based on what the club was actually producing. So with that, it's actually a tough job going against the likes of Pep season after season. I think so far he's done an incredible job, and there's nothing but great things I have to say about his era.
You make it sound like it's over. Anyway, Theo, go on.
I'm happy you said it took you people to where you guys are supposed to be because you guys are ninth. That's where you're supposed to be. It's good. It's good.
Wait, so are we going to judge? So we're going to just ignore everything he's done for one season that is not even completed.
I mean, I'm not judging. On the average, you guys have spent. You guys have spent more outside top 6 on that club than you spent in top 4. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, sorry, explain that one more time.
You guys have spent more time outside top 6 than in the top 4 on that club.
How?
So I don't know. So when did the club come into management for Liverpool?
Since Klopp has come into management, we only missed the first season of Champions League, and since then we've always been making Champions League. So how does that?
When did Klopp come?
He came 2015 October.
2015 October, right?
Yeah.
So that season you guys finished 6th. Then the next season you guys finished 8th. The next season you guys finished
4th.
No, you guys finished 4th.
Yeah. And since then we've been progressing.
4th.
So please retract that statement that you made.
Second.
Please retract that statement. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Anyways, so now tell me what's going on with Liverpool. I will allow you express yourself. Tell us what is happening right now.
To be fair, there's a lot going on. Initially, everyone says Mane. I believe Mane has a role to play, but one thing about Klopp, and I think the same thing happened with Dortmund, is Klopp tries to build a team to the fact that like they become a unit. He puts all his puzzles or his chips together to create a team. So that team is actually more of a unit as opposed to an individual team or like you're dependent on one player. It's just a team system. Now, with Liverpool this season, too many important pieces have been lost and they have not been replaced. Right? Also, the fact that the midfield are no longer the same people we have seen over the years. For example, if you remember when we were top of our game, the heartbeat of that Liverpool team is the midfield. As much as people don't see it, everybody's so focused on the forwards. Those forwards do their thing because of the midfield. You think of Ronaldo, think of Henderson, Fabinho, breaking up plays to allow the attack to do what they do, and breaking up plays to make the likes of Van Dijk and Co. to look good in the defense. So, losing Ronaldo has been a big blow. Losing Mane has also been a big blow. And the replacements for these guys have not been anything to write home about, to be honest. Also, this season, as sad as it is, Fabinho has been terrible. From the first game, this guy has been playing shite. And if you don't have your DM performing, breaking up plays, distributing game for you, you're going to be exposed at the back.
Like Thomas Partey. Sorry, go on.
We won't hear a word. But like you wouldn't be able to control the game as you want to. Because at that point, people are just going to run through your midfield easily. Now, who has now been playing that position? Henderson has played it, not as good as Fabinho. Thiago can't really play that position.
Senior man.
Sorry?
Senior player.
He's a senior man. He's a dear ball, but we allowed him. Now, we brought in a player like Nunes. As crazy as this might sound, Nunes is actually, this season, our most important player, our key player to this season. Here is why I say this, right? If Nunes, as we've all seen, actually capitalizes on his chances, right? Liverpool will be able to put 2 to 3 goals at the back of the net before teams grow into the games, right? Now, if you're missing those chances consistently, teams you're playing against are now building confidence in the fact that like they are going toe to toe with you, so they are going to learn. And at that point, your midfield, obviously, they're not as agile or as active as they used to be. They're wearing out. They can't go 90 minutes gang press like they used to. The opposing team will obviously capitalize on that, and they will exploit it. So the point I'm trying to make is if Nunes can actually capitalize on his chances and actually finish them off, putting us in a 2-goal lead early enough or on time or like within the period of the game, the midfield at that point, their job just becomes a lot easier. What they now have to do is just control the tempo of the game as opposed to constantly pressing. At that point, the opposition team are now trying to attack. And all you have to do is just distribute. Then Trent and Co can do what they have to do effectively. And now with the Trent situation, before I'm sure that's
confidence. No, we're going to get to that. Because his confidence is, so you touched on Nunes. Before we get to Trent and other players, I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt that I think Luis Diaz's injury too has affected your team's performance, because that guy is a brilliant player. But when you guys signed Darwin Nunes, it seemed like an impulse buy based on his performance against you guys in the Champions League. Because yes, I just didn't understand why you guys felt the need to get him when you still had a very functional Firmino and you still had Diego Jota. So I don't understand what maybe as a Liverpool fan, what was the rationale behind getting him?
So Firmino, it's funny you said Firmino. Firmino is actually one of my best players in Liverpool, but he's not the same player, right?
And he's not the same player he once was, or he's not.
He once was.
Not the same player. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not the same player he once was. Now that's clear. It comes with age. Yeah. And also, Klopp is trying to change his style of play, right? Everybody has become very familiar with the system where Firmino is the false 9, we will say, or the pressing attacker. He starts the press from the top, and he sometimes comes back to the midfield to help the midfield.
Link up play, yeah.
People have figured that out. Now we needed a top striker. You understand? To relieve pressure from the likes of Mane and Salah. Because obviously, we knew the goals were coming from Salah or Mane, not necessarily Firmino. But now, if we add a player that could add more goals to our team, that takes us to the next level.
Really quickly, Samuel. Sorry to cut you in. So you don't think it was an impulse buy and also a move to sort of counter City's purchase of Haaland? You don't think that might have been the case? Because I mean, they came in at about the deals were done at about the same time, right? So
you could say that, but at the end of the day, you could say that, but at the end of the day, it was also a necessary move.
Okay, I'm just posing the questions.
Sorry.
I'm just posing the questions.
Yeah. You could say that was also a necessary move, but keep in mind we were also about to sign Timo Werner, right? During the pandemic, right before the pandemic. I'm not sure if you guys remember that.
Yes,
that was actually a player we were meant to sign, but that didn't happen due to the pandemic, right? And we had to part ways with him and allow him to go to Chelsea, which right now. I guess I am thankful for. But I feel like if we had gotten him, he might have done great under us.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
right, but at the end of the day, that's to tell you like they are kind of similar kind of players if you watch them.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't necessarily an impulse buy. It was just the same type of player that we saw in Timo that we're also seeing in Nunes.
So my question is this. I'll start my observation and I will pose a question.
Okay.
So you're saying, so you're telling me that Nunes is important, right?
Yeah,
I
at the moment.
believe that guy should not be a baller, he should be a mechanic. But
I believe Anthony should be a plumber.
Yeah.
we're not talking about Anthony now. We're not talking about United. We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Liverpool now. So we leave Anthony alone. So Nunes is supposed to take Luis Diaz place, and Luis Diaz is supposed to be managed replacement. Now Salah, my
Wait,
goodness.
hold on. You said Nunes is meant to be in Diaz's place. How?
No,
Yes.
Firmino. Oh, really?
Yes, because if
What do you mean?
if Diaz wasn't injured, I'm not sure Nunes will play. Will
He's
he have
meant to
to
play
No.
now.
Nunes was always going to play.
He's always meant to play now.
No,
Okay,
that's why they bought. So
That's why they
Diaz
bought
was
him.
supposed to be on the left, I think, and then Salah on the right, Nunes through the middle.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so Nunes is replacing Firmino, no problem.
Yeah.
So Salah, my goodness, that man is so horrible.
Yeah.
We'll get to him.
Then Trent, I don't know what Trent is doing. Like I don't understand what he's doing. Then
Confidence dead.
Gakpo right now
Yeah.
is coming into a team that is not settled. The team is all over the place, so it's going to affect his own output too. My question to you is, do you feel this is the end of an era?
I don't think it is. I still think there is still more to come from this team and club.
Okay, so just as a follow up to that.
Mhm.
Don't you think that we've seen this writing on the wall from 2 seasons ago and last season?
Last season we were in the finals for all competitions playable, so there was no writing on the wall. The season prior to that, we had injuries in the defense. We actually at some point we had to sign some guy, I think it was Tom Davis from Championship. That's how bad our defense was. Gomez was hurt, Matip was hurt, Van Dijk was out. Then we were playing Fabinho in defense. The whole team was in disarray. At the end of the day, we still made third position. So I'm not sure the writing on the wall you're seeing.
Okay, so you're saying it's not the end of an era. That's what you're saying right now.
I think it's just a transition, right? I think it's just a transition change. Like as I said earlier, major changes have been made. Key pieces of this team have been taken out and not replaced properly yet, or like they still need time to be replaced.
Okay, so 2 questions. Where do you think Liverpool will finish this season? And do you think if this continues, say everything's like doesn't go well this season, you guys finish 9th, do you think his club will be under fire to be fired?
So good question. With the way the season is going, it's quite unpredictable. I still believe Liverpool could make top 4. Worst case scenario, 6th position. But top 4 obviously is the goal, and I do believe they can still make that.
Well, you said worst case 6. I'm sorry. Really? You believe that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you believe you win the league?
Oh yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Okay, so
No. But you have to go with where you are now, right? You have to look at where you are now, and you guys are nowhere near 6. So I just wanted to make sure that.
So just to sorry to cut you off, but just to explain the point, we have played 19 games. Other people have played 20 or 21. We are like I think 7 points behind Tottenham right now.
Yeah,
with 2 games in hand.
No, so I had to. I just
believe it's doable.
No, and it could be. After all, United, as we touched on earlier, dropped 11 points. So these things happen. But I just wanted to make sure that I had to throw that in there, by the way. But these things do happen, so there's no doubt about that. But I just wanted to make sure that you are sure of what you were saying. So okay, let's go on. Let's go on.
I'm very, 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 very sure. As I said, it's soccer. Anything is
It's football.
possible.
Possible. That's true.
It's football. Sorry,
It's football.
I've been
Yes.
colonized by people. But it's football, and anything can happen. And I do strongly believe Liverpool can still make top four. Worst
Top
case scenario,
four.
yes.
Okay.
But keep in mind, all we have, all that needs to happen is just a few good runs. And that's the same thing that happened with Man U. You guys are having a good run, and now you at some point you were thinking you're going to fight for the title. Then
I did not think
you were
that.
humbled.
I did not think that.
Then
I
you
did
were
not think
humbled.
that. I did
You
not think
saw.
that.
Then
I did
you
not
guys
think
were
that.
humbled.
I
So
still maintain that all United needs to do this season is not relegate. 40 points. And we're 1 point from 40 points.
It
So I'm
can't
sure
be.
that we will not relegate.
This
No,
guy.
they are trying to play these cheap tricks.
Now you're
Mind
gassing.
games.
You're gassing, but anyways,
Honestly.
I do believe Liverpool can make top four. Worst case scenario, I'll be expecting top six. And to the next question, you said if this does continue next season,
Yes.
right, then definitely Klopp will be under fire.
Okay.
But I am really hoping, because I've been reading different articles on us getting new investors or buyers to the club. If that happens, that would be a huge boost for Liverpool. Because at that point, we can flex muscle with the likes of City, Chelsea, and others.
Okay. So you think by a new owner coming in to buy Liverpool would make you fight or
propel you back to where you think
where you
And
knowing that City is going to improve, Arsenal is going to improve, United is going to improve, Newcastle is going to improve.
But let me be clear.
Wait, before you answer that, with different timelines, because Man City is ahead of everyone. Arsenal is obviously ahead of everyone right now. United is trying to be to like level up. Newcastle, they're still coming. I'm still waiting for those guys to come up. So there are different timelines, but yeah.
Yeah, but so to understand the points I'm trying to make, right? If you're trying to get back and challenge, you need money, you need backing, right? And you can't go toe to toe with these clubs that have the money and expect that because you're Liverpool, you're going to get those players that you're trying to get. Nowadays, players are looking for money too. It's not just about the name, and these clubs are also big name teams. So we would actually need the money to actually go toe to toe with these guys, regardless. So that's why it's key that we have like a buyer that would actually give us the financial backing.
So what you're telling us now is that you guys are poor.
No, I'm not saying we're poor. I'm saying we actually spend within our means.
Oh, you guys are broke. Which one?
No, but actually, if you check the stats, Liverpool is actually the most profitable amongst all the other clubs.
And so why are you not spending your money? Why are you telling me that? Why are you telling me you're profitable? What are you supposed to do?
Being profitable and having owners that are pumping money to your team.
So you guys are broke.
That's not broke now.
Okay. Anyways, final thoughts.
No, this has been quite enjoyable, Samuel. Really quickly,
yeah.
I truly hope that I actually enjoy watching. I enjoyed when Liverpool were at their best on that club. I actually enjoyed watching them, and I also did not. I don't like Klopp. For
really?
a couple of yeah. I liked him at Dortmund, but the fact that he came to Liverpool and he has beat Arsenal a number of times, one,
multiple
and
times.
two, well. I mean, you guys like laughing.
I just have to
but I find his touchline antics and his what's it called press briefings. I find them to be very annoying. I think the guy he exaggerates a lot, but anyway. But I won't take it away from him that he's a brilliant coach. I just don't like his antics. So, but I want you guys to get back up there and to start winning games again, because I think it's good for the league. And it brings good competition, and the style of play is different, so it poses a different kind of question to the top managers. So I hope you guys get your game back up.
Yeah, I hope so too, and I hope you guys actually see yourself to the finish line.
Thank you.
And it would have been great. And one thing I've actually been thinking about is it would have been great to see a prime Liverpool play against this Arsenal team.
It probably won't happen.
That would have been a great game.
It probably won't happen. So there's this question, just very briefly. This question has been very impending. I think we've spoken about this many times, and I still don't agree. What do you think about Trent playing as a winger instead of a fullback?
It doesn't work.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't work. Trent, the style of play that Liverpool has created for him and the system fits him bombing through that right wing and throwing his passes. Those are not
traditional winger pass type.
Yeah,
passes.
those are not traditional winger traits at this point. This, like, what he's doing, like back in the days, if you think about the 90s and the Beckham days, that's what they were doing, like all those long crosses. But that's not what we do now in this modern game. Like, you're either cutting in, you see the likes of Salah and Mane, Mahrez, even Saka, like Martinelli, all of them, like everybody's cutting in. That's really not Trent's game.
What if they go back to those days and make Trent go on that 7 to whipping crosses?
Yeah, then he would most likely fit that system better.
So if he goes to that place, where do you think Salah will move to?
Maybe Salah, most likely we'll figure something out now.
Because Salah, in my opinion, the reason why I think that will not work is because Salah is made for that place. Like he has been in that position for a very long time. So moving him away from that position and taking him to central might affect his game. And Salah is supposed to be, in quote, your most productive player.
But
so
keep in mind, we just said taking it back to the 90s. No, I don't remember any winger back in the day playing the way the likes of Salah played now.
Ronaldo, Nani. Continue.
But those were part of the modern generation.
What is it?
That's actually part of modern generation.
When did EPL start? Why are you telling me 90s?
EPL started 1992 now.
1992.
Yeah.
So the first 6 years of EPL compared to the 2000s is not enough.
The United fan. I know they process things normally. Like,
so tell me how Giggs played.
Giggs used to cut in and used to score. Used to cross. Used to cut in.
How Ronaldo plays or Nani.
Giggs used to do both. Ronaldo used to do both too. Dribble in, cut, shoot.
No, wait. What you guys have to remember that Giggs like played over two like.
Yeah, he played over two generations.
Yeah. So Giggs played with the Ronaldos, but he also played like much older, like the Sebastian Veron, like the older generation. So
yes,
what you're both saying is correct, but you also have to like remember. So it's not one or the other; it's both essentially.
Yeah. No, but you do get the point I'm trying to make up.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm saying that. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like, why don't people have suggested this, which I don't agree with, but people have suggested that Trent should move to number 7 such that he can whip in crosses and move Salah inwards. And I'm like, no, it goes beyond being a winger. You also have to have that awareness, being able to play in the midfield sometimes, which Trent, I don't think Trent can.
And having a target man in the middle.
In the middle to be able to get those crosses in. Yes, I agree with you.
So back in the day when we had like the likes of Benteke,
it would have worked.
That have worked, yes.
It would have worked. Yeah. But we
no
longer
play Carroll.
Who?
Andy Carroll.
Oh my God, please.
But you have Nunes now, so
yeah, but Nunes is as my friends would call him, the Uruguayan Andy Carroll. So
he's supposed to be he's a mechanic. He's a mechanic.
No, but you heard it here first. Once that guy kicks off, Liverpool are heading back to the top.
That guy's not ever kicking off. Never kicking off.
As I said, you heard it here first.
and you're getting a reply here first. It's never quick enough. Anyways, thank you for your time. Thank you
Thank you so much,
for
Sam. I
Thank you
really
very much
enjoyed
for
this
having me. It's been
episode.
great.
And
for
yeah,
working alone. Thank you for working alone. Hopefully one day you have water to wash your the dust and mud off your body and feet.
Nice one, Shell. Nice one.
yeah,
No,
nice
thank you
one.
guys very much for having me here. It was great.
Yeah,
Thank you
it's
very
a
much.
pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, I hope you all enjoyed that. We certainly did. This show, you just define trouble. That was a lovely segment. And then now we'll just talk about the worst team of the week. For me, it's still going to be Liverpool and Chelsea players. Like, no, I'm sorry. No, that game, yeah. Like, I'm not even going to lie. The second half, I was like, because the first half I was like, okay, big game. It's the first game on the weekend, so I was up early, bro. By like the 60th minute, I just went back to sleep because I was like, this is a terrible game. This is a
Yeah.
terrible game. Anyway, so yeah, for me, go on.
I woke up so early to watch this game and I
Yeah,
was angry.
nah, it
I
was
woke up
terrible.
early. I had cereal breakfast. I was like, okay, let's see what this mid-off teams will do. Mid-table teams, and it was clearly mid-off. And as you said, around that 60th minute too, I was fighting with sleep. I slept off.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
slept
mean,
off.
I eventually like I because I guess luckily I'm a light sleeper, so every now and then I wake up, but it was such a terrible game.
It was
Anyway,
horrible.
so yeah, so that is the worst team of the week. We won't have there are no games this weekend, so no predictions. But please, as always, listen to the episode, give us your thoughts, feedback. Follow us on Instagram. We'll be coming up with a Twitter page soon as well, so be sure to follow that. And then stay tuned for next week's episode as we prepare for the upcoming games. There are some fantastic matches coming up the following weekend. And that's it from me. Sean, do you have anything else to chip in?
I don't have anything to say. You have this
One
week.
more time. Huh?
You have this week. No problem.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah. But yeah, as always, it's a lovely time to be an Arsenal fan. And so to all my fellow Gunners out there, keep enjoying it. And in the face of all United troubles, keep letting them know that we are on top and we're going to win the league this season.
No
Until
problem.
next time, signing out.
Yeah.